All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Pipe Bomb City, and welcome to not really a predictions video, but kind of just a speculation on who could win the Royal Rumble match in 2017, guys. Here's some potential winners, guys. Again, not really a predictions video because a lot of things can change. That'll be in January. But right now, news is spreading, rumors are going on, all this shit. So before this video begins, be sure to check my Instagram at PipeBombCity or at Instagram.com/PipeBombCity. Be sure to subscribe, like, and don't forget to comment on who you think could win the Royal Rumble 2017. Again, this is an early speculation getting into this video, guys. This is pretty early, right? It's December 7th right now. It's 10 o'clock where I live right now. It's on the verge of December 8th, right? We're a month and a half away from the fucking Royal Rumble, right? So why would I do it now? Well, I mean, I really don't know. But, man, let me tell you guys, the Royal Rumble match is one of my favorite matches it is my favorite match. I love watching it every single year. I have ever since I started watching wrestling. The concept has just intrigued me that it's this 30-man match, and every single minute and 30 seconds, a new person comes in, and then you win the whole fucking thing, and then you could face one of the world champions. And, yes, it is one of the world champions now because I guess I'm assuming that the Universal title is going to be counted for Raw. And that's an interesting thing I wanted to talk about real quick, Like, if somebody wins the Royal Rumble, as you can see on the screen, those are my 4 potential winners, and every single one is from Raw, right? I just couldn't find anybody from SmackDown that would make sense. Ambrose, but I don't think Ambrose would fucking win the Rumble, and Bray Wyatt, they're not Rumble names that could win. The 4 people on the screen are the potential winners, and they all are from Raw. So I don't know what that says about SmackDown, but whatever, So would they get to choose? I mean, maybe this year's going to be different. I know in years past they've done stuff like this, but this year could be different. So would they get to choose if they wanted to stay on Raw and face the Universal Champion? Again, it could change hands. If they wanted to face for the Universal title at WrestleMania, or if they wanted to move to SmackDown, maybe they could be fucking moved to SmackDown and then they could face the WWE World Champion. I don't know what they're going to do. I like that concept, though. I don't like it if you're stuck to the brand and you have to stay there. And I don't like the concept of, the WWE World title is what you always have to go for. I don't like that. I like if you get to choose, I don't even know. It doesn't really matter in the big picture, but I would prefer if they get to choose to stay on Raw or even stay on SmackDown. But again, I don't think someone from SmackDown is going to win. Like, Styles could win, but he's the fucking world champion right now. And Owens could win, but he's on Raw. So again, that's fucking 5 Raw guys and 1 SmackDown guy. But getting into each of these individuals, let's start with the one who's kind of the odd one out here, Seth Rollins, surprisingly, not Finn Balor. Seth Rollins, man, ever since he's returned from Money in the Bank, I just haven't been able, I don't know if it's because he's a babyface, I just haven't been able to really connect with him, man. In the ring, he's still badass, and man. But for some reason, I don't know what he's doing wrong. He isn't doing anything wrong, but I feel like ever since he came back from that injury, I liked what he was doing up to Money in the Bank, and then, I don't know, once he turned babyface, really, I think it was just up until the draft. It was like, I don't know why, but I just haven't been able to get behind him, and it's so strange. I'm just not entertained personality-wise anymore, because as a heel, he was so damn good, and I'm just, he's not even that bad as a babyface, but I've just been a lot less entertained outside the ring for Seth Rollins. So, man, but again, he is a possible winner, former world champion, former tag team champion, former Money in the Bank. You get the fucking accolades. You know what I'm saying? This man does it all. And it would make sense if he won the Rumble, and he's one of the best guys in the company right now, and he wins the Rumble and he gets his revenge on Kevin Owens or wants to face Style. It would just make sense. Unlike Lesnar. Well, Lesnar will make sense, but I'll get into that later if you know what I'm saying. People know what I'm saying. But if Goldberg or somebody won, it wouldn't really make sense. And I'm going to talk about that. But again, Rollins his name is in the hat, but it's the smallest piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? The chances are unlikely, but he is a name to watch out for. So now let's get into fucking Goldberg, because this is the big deal. If Goldberg went, and I get it, man. I was saying before Survivor Series, oh, man, I hope they don't fuck up with Goldberg like they fucked up with Sting. The problem is that Goldberg beat Lesnar in 1 minute and 26 seconds. And while I was watching it live, I was just I wasn't feeling like anger or happiness. I was just feeling shock. The next day, I was like, wow, I can't believe that happened. That was awesome. And then the next week, I was like, holy shit, this guy dominated John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, beated the streak, fucking youngest world champion, did The Rock. He's beaten everybody, and he loses to this WCW guy who's 50 fucking years old, and he loses that quick. So Goldberg, and again, he's getting cheered by a lot of people, which is surprising to me. I thought it'd be like when Batista came back. You know, if people even fucking remember that, it seems like ages ago, you know? But Goldberg, man, I just can't believe they did that to Lesnar. It really, and again, I'm a big believer on you can make anybody as credible as you want. Like, if you want fucking Bo Dallas to be a badass motherfucker, all you gotta do is believe it, and people get behind it, and eventually it'll happen. You know, it's fucking Daniel Bryan, you know, but Goldberg did the Lesnar. And again, it's just, if Goldberg won, I wouldn't be that mad. But it's the fact that it ended so quick, and it's ruined Lesnar's credibility. And if Lesnar came back and won the Rumble, man, what a way to come back. You know, especially because Goldberg's in it. But again, I'll get into Lesnar later. Goldberg right now, I just want to bring up, he fucking dominated Lesnar. He's on a roll right now, and he's looking for the world title. And on paper, and if this was in the 2000s and shit, the early 2000s, Goldberg would make sense to win. But the fact of the matter is, he might be getting cheered, but I feel like it's just all going to go away. It will all go away if Goldberg wins that Royal Rumble. I think some people are supporting it now, but if he wins, man, I won't be fucking happy with that. I will not. Out of the people on the screen, and just in general, I don't want Goldberg to win. I really don't. I feel like that's bad for business. You're making the whole roster look weak. Goldberg was the dominant role of WCW, but WCW ended 16 years ago, or a little under 16 years ago. So it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense for this guy to come back. Fuck, his beard. He ain't got no hair anymore. Well, he didn't in jail. Shut the fuck up. His beard is fucking gray. He's the only person on the roster other than Shane, who isn't even a fucking competitor anymore, with fucking gray hair, and he just beat He just beat Brock Lesnar. And man, if he beats the whole fucking roster in one of the most difficult matches, and I guarantee Goldberg's going to be one of the first few numbers because they're going to do that babyface shit. We're like, oh, Goldberg, the authority, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be number one and shit like that. And if Goldberg wins, man, I'm going to be the first person to say, fuck this guy. This is ridiculous. So Goldberg, man, I hope he doesn't win. I'd rather have him than James Ellsworth. But again, that's weak shit right there. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just don't. I see it happening. That's the sad thing. I see a good chance of Goldberg winning, and that scares me. I really hope Vince and all the creative team doesn't go, we got a good idea. Let's have Goldberg come back, squash Brock Lesnar. Is this a good Vince? This is my best Vince voice. I'm going to be coughing up blood. Let's have Goldberg win the whole Shazam. This talent, they don't grab my brass rings. Goldberg fucking comes and dominates everybody. I love it. Pose for me, yeah. That's my Vince McMahon impression of what he fucking says about Goldberg. But again, Goldberg is a possible winner, unfortunately. I got no problem with him. But it's just, I've never really been a fan of him. You know what I'm saying? But I just hope he doesn't win. Finn Balor now. Let's move on to this fucking guy. Not really a winner. He could. But again, the chances are as big as Rollins. The main two possible winners are Lesnar and Goldberg, I should say. Those are the two big names. So, and that's sad because they're both part-timers, and one of them just, oh my God, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But again, with Balor, it's really about the return that I wanted to talk about. You know what, man? I hope he doesn't come back in that fucking face paint. You know what I'm saying? I hope he doesn't. And I just feel like everyone's been saying, oh, he'll come back at the Rumble. Oh, he'll come back at Roadblock. I feel like Royal Rumble, he probably will come back, and then probably he'll, like, someone will eliminate him, someone big, and then he'll get into a rivalry with them for WrestleMania, or you know what I'm saying? Or maybe if Owens keeps the title and then the winner of this wants to go and face Styles, then we could have for the Universal title Owens versus Balor. Now, I mean, like Balor, like, oh, I was the Universal Champion, I got fucking injured, and then you come and take my title, and you're a false champion. Face me at WrestleMania, motherfucker. And I could see that happening, whether he wins the Rumble or not. But Balor's such a great talent. You know, I love him. I think he's great. Great look, great in the ring, on the mic. I really can't stand his accent, but that's just me. I still love the guy. You know what I'm saying? So if he won, I wouldn't have any problem with it. And yeah, he's young, but I mean, is he really though? The guy's a fucking veteran, dominated in NXT, already a Universal. He won the Universal title in his first month of competition. His first main roster pay-per-view, he won the fucking world title, the Universal fucking champion. He's the champion of the universe in his first pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and he beat Seth Rollins. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So, and most people didn't even get mad. So, I mean, if he could do that, I don't think anybody really has a problem with Balor. It's like saying that a lot of people had a problem with Bryan when he was doing the yes thing. Like, nobody fucking did. There were people, but their percentage of them were so small that they didn't have a fucking role. Getting into the man I really want to talk about, and I should have just started this video talking about him, my man, Brock Lesnar. Man, I find it interesting. I see what they could be doing. Like, oh, Brock Lesnar has never lost before. We doubted Goldberg, and now he's off, and he's training his ass off to win the Rumble and get his revenge. And literally the only two people confirmed in this match so far are Goldberg and Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, if Goldberg won, I wouldn't like it. But if Lesnar won, I really wouldn't have a problem with it. And maybe that's personal preference because, one, this guy fucking beat the streak. I don't see how he can't win the Rumble. He's dominated like all the big names. I don't see how he could not win the Rumble. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just feel like if Lesnar won, it immediately get his credibility back. And another thing, he already fucking won the Rumble. I think 2003. It was one of those earlier years, you know. I think it might have been it was 2002 or 2003 or 2004. One of those three. So he won the Rumble. You know what I'm saying? And he could win it again, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The main thing, though, is if Lesnar would face Owens. Now, Lesnar versus Owens has literally been going on since the moment that Kevin Owens debuted on the main roster. I don't know why it happened so quick, but people immediately, like before he even became like the Universal Champion, even before he became the Intercontinental Champion, like literally as soon as that rivalry with Cena started, people were like Owens versus Lesnar. And Owens has confronted it. He's talked on interviews on ESPN and shit. And he's like, I want Brock Lesnar. He's my bitch. And I will beat his ass. I've heard him say that kind of stuff before. Live. On television. And WWE's cool with it. Maybe. I don't even know. How should I know? Whatever. But it's like, out of the people on the screen, I'd be okay if Rollins won. I'd be okay if Balor won. I don't want Goldberg to win. But Lesnar is the one where it's like, I'd want to see that. And then Goldberg could have a win over Lesnar, and then Lesnar can have a win over Goldberg, and then it could be even. Then they could do their little tiebreaker and shit and have an actual match. Not a WrestleMania because, you know, the fucking whoever wins the Rumble. But I can guarantee, as this moment, the highest betting people to win the Rumble are Goldberg and Lesnar right now. Because they're just so huge names. You know what I'm saying? So Lesnar, like, I wouldn't have a problem if he won. I really wouldn't. I like Lesnar. You know, I think it would immediately, again, get his credibility back. So whatever, you know? And especially because the last year, the fucker got eliminated by the Wyatts, if you can remember that. He lasted like 5 minutes, and then he got eliminated by the Wyatts. And it was ridiculous, you know? So that was bullshit. And I'd like to see Lesnar actually, in this match, dominating. He's in, like, they're playing the whole midlife crisis thing. Oh, this has never happened. He's never lost. He's unstoppable. Now we have to go. And when Michael Cole was interviewing Paul Heyman, he had the same look on his face. He had the small gray beard going. This, you know, it was small, and he looked like he hadn't gotten sleep in weeks. And that's exactly. And he was wearing the fucking warm up sweatshirt, and it was like, damn. And it was the same stuff he wore during the CM Punk rivalry, and that's good because that is what should have happened. And it's great that they're doing this. Like, this motherfucker's gonna train his ass off, and he's a beast. He didn't even need to, and he was still kicking ass. But now he's here. Imagine Lesnar fucking killing everybody. I like that. I'd much rather have that than Goldberg from WCW dominates Lesnar and then wins the Rumble and then goes on to face Owens or Styles at WrestleMania. I'd much rather have Lesnar, this unstoppable force who has killed fucking everybody, ended the streak, and then surprisingly loses, and he just puts him in this state of what the fuck am I going to do now? And he comes back and he eliminates 29 other men. One of them is Goldberg, and he goes on to face the Universal Champion Kevin Owens, a match that's been building up for months and months. Which one would you guys rather have? If you ask me, I like the second one a lot better. So, those are the 4 possible winners. Again, they're all from Raw. If you have someone from SmackDown that you think can win, don't say James Ellsworth. I swear to fucking God. But if you think, I mean, I don't think anybody from SmackDown really has a chance right now. I was going to say Bray Wyatt, but I'm like, no, that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Styles would have a chance, but he's the world champion. So I don't think that's going to happen. So again, guys, if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and do not forget to comment. Be sure to check my Instagram at PipeBombCity. Be sure to check it out at Instagram.com/PipeBombCity. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. This has been Pipe Bomb City, and I will see you all next time.